Hey everyone, Eric Leamy here once again, the New Bedford Residence CHP, Crazy Half Porgy over here. You are watching another video episode from my pilot mini-series. I'm filling in the holiday season between my recently completed EML-77 TV and the upcoming new season for next year. Actually, next month, I can't believe it already. Of WEML-TV Channel 77 YouTube station identification of yours truly. This is the Bridge Up episode 33. What's going on, everybody? As we are approaching Christmas, we are 13 days away from that. That's less than a couple weeks, like 2 weeks from yesterday, and we're also 3 weeks away. We're 19 days away from the end of the what has been the most tumultuous year, controversial year. Excuse me, in this planet's history, in the history of our country as well. And I want to take this time to reflect on not only just this year, but the past 10 years of my life and how everything has been. As you know, when 2010 started off, as you know, I was working at my job at Ruby Cheese at the time, and I thought, I'm doing okay there, and everything else is fine. And then February came around, everything changed, and here we are. You know, we are 10 years later. The restaurant's no longer there. A lot of us went our separate ways. And the funny part about it is that the internet has just also played a huge part in in these past 10 years of my life, and learning about how the computer works and how you do things. Not only that, you're expected to have some enemies along the way, people that don't know you, that don't like you, and especially the last 4 years here on YouTube, I've been experiencing that very, very well. And the only thing is now I'm learning how to deal with that in my own way. You know, um, obviously, me and my family, we've been through a lot. Past 10 years, I've been through a lot. People that I've known in my life has passed away. And two people that I was close to. My biological mother passed away back in 2012, on of all days, Friday the 13th in January of 2012. That's one day I'll never forget. And another thing too is my friend Mark Supernaut, who used to go to our church, New Seasons Worship Center years ago, and also died on the same year, but back in March, due to cancer. My biological mother, died of chronic bronchitis. And I was just starting off and hearing YouTube. Next year will be 10 years being on YouTube, and 10 years ago, I never thought I would get a new job. Like I said, I've lasted 15 years at Ruby Tuesday. I never thought I'd move on from that, getting a job at work, and everything seems to be fine until the winter comes around, and the winter gets me a little frazzled. As obviously, as on the last episode, you can tell. Like I said, we might have some snow next week and everything else. According to weather.com, we're supposed to get about a foot of snow, which is ridiculous in its own right, and everything else. And it's like, and the difficulty is with the pandemic going on, we can't, like it was like 10 to 5, we can't go anywhere, which I think kind of stinks. Then we have to get up at 5, and we have to be at work at 5:30, and it's the governor's made a lot of things very, very difficult, and a lot of things have changed. Obviously, politicians have changed a lot of things, and you know people complain about the littlest things ever. I mean, it just, I went on Pinterest and started pinning down pins and everything else, and I have a celebrity crushes section where I have little sections of some of my favorite actresses, and one of them was Gina Carano. And Gina Carano, it was not too crazy about the masks and having to wear them during this pandemic, and I can understand, And they say she's making fun of the masks and everything else, and the fans of The Mandalorian wanted her fired. For what? She's making fun of masks? I mean, seriously? I mean, just I think the problem is with this country is that we all complain about the littlest things. We freak out about the littlest things. I should know. I've been through that. You know what I'm saying? And it's it's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous how this country has been, how this world has been. You know, celebrity says something. Oh, we want that person fired or canceled and everything else. It's like, just you know, it's like say something controversial. Oh, we want that person canceled or fired, or we don't want. We want that person blacklisted and all that. And like people just make a big deal about the stupidest things ever. And she makes fun of masks. Oh, we want her fired. Listen, she can say whatever she wants on there. Is that, dudes? Listen, she'll still comply. I mean, like, listen, I'm not too crazy about the masks either. But there is a few good points about having a mask, not just to protect yourself and protect others, but the fact that you can cover your face. Like, I got this little pimple right here in my nose. It hurts like heck if you try to pop it. It's very dangerous. So I ended up, you can cover it. You can cover it with a mask. You get to cover it over your nose and all that. That's cool. Listen, I'm not afraid to talk about myself and everything else, and that's the problem. And other people have this problem of me being real. And if I want to be real, I want to be real. You- for you guys to make jokes about it and make fun of me for it and everything else is kind of disrespectful because you probably don't know how to be secure yourselves. You know, I talk about things in my past. You guys make fun of it. You guys get a bit, it's like shut up already. All right, I'm going to say what I want to say on here. And there's nothing you can do about it. And here's the stupidest part is I get trolled on too for being friends with somebody they don't like. I'm like, why you want it's like, listen, you're making fun of me because of the friends I keep. Who are you? My parents? Well, my parents never made fun of me. They know I'm an adult. They know I'm old enough to make my own decisions, and that they respect that, and I respect them. But the thing is that these internet trolls think they can run my internet life. They always commit. They always give me the stupid ultimatum: "Are you denounce this guy as your friend, or else we'll keep harassing you and everything else?" And I'm like, okay, fine. I'm getting sick of it. So I let him make fun of me and all that. That's why I'm not addressed Time to Laugh because he made a video of me making fun of Alex Trebek because he's dead. I'm not making fun of him. I'm paying tribute to the guy. I mean, listen, he was one of the best game show hosts for Jeopardy. I mean, Alex Trebek was always, when it comes to Jeopardy, Alex Trebek's always dignified himself, always full of good manners and all that, and very he had that intellectual presence when it came to Jeopardy, and all the other game shows he likes to relax and have fun. When it comes to Jeopardy, it's serious stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not a huge fan of Jeopardy. I watch a few Jeopardy episodes to see, and how they do. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And you got lots of smart contestants, lots of very intellectual contestants. Let me just shut the, and that's what I'm trying to preach to you. And then he thinks I'm making fun of Roger Goodell. I don't like Roger Goodell though. He's not dead. I don't like Roger Goodell because of the way he screwed the Patriots. That's about it. The way he treated the Patriots over the years during their that special 20-year run. As you obviously know, the Patriots did lose against the Rams. We're 6-7. It was the last time we lost 7 games. We got to date back to 2000, the year 2000, basically 20 years ago, when we lost over 7 games plus. So this is a very, very interesting. This is a position that we've never been in before, but that's okay for a long time. But that's okay. That's all right. I always feel that I always feel that the Patriots. Sometimes you need to use a break from the playoffs, man. They worked very hard and they win 6 championships for us, man. And hey, it is what it is. I mean, we beat the Chargers 45-0, and we came back and we lost to the Rams. Rams have wised up from that Super Bowl loss. So sometimes it is a good thing, but either way, it doesn't matter. So we have no Sunday game, no Patriots game. So tomorrow, so that's fine. But let me get back to I've been through a lot these past 10 years, and it's been craziness. I had I was a witness to 2 weddings of my 2 younger siblings, Michael and Joel. And it's over these past 10 years. And then and actually my third one, Tyler. Excuse me, I keep forgetting about my brother. Yeah, so I witnessed three weddings in my family. Um, I you know my family and I just we went through a lot. We went through a lot, and you know, a couple years ago I would have moved into my brother with my brother-in-law and my sister, but unfortunately their marriage fallout and the way my sister was acting caused a big drama to do, big deal with it, and just also I also witnessed my two cousins getting married. So I three five people in my family got married, which is really really awesome. Which is really cool to see. But sometimes things work out, sometimes things don't. Like I said, people that I've known passed away. My cousin Frankie in 2017, a friend of mine who was drowned in that misty blue boating accident. He used to go to our church. His family used to still go to our church now. Johnson Sariba passed away. A lot of people, a lot of friends I've known and loved passed away, and attending their wakes and funerals. And my grandmother passed away last year. It has not been, like I said, these past 10 years have been very, very mentally challenging and emotionally challenging to me. And then earlier this year, and like I said, with the pandemic going on, you know, my sister leaving mean notes on my father's truck, and our dog Reese's passed away. I had a couple of years ago my cat passed away as well. We had to put my cat down because he suffered a stroke, and it was very very it has been very difficult. It has been very difficult for me and my family, emotionally and mentally. And when we kept on staying strong, we kept on standing tall, staying tough. My other sister Jaira had diabetes and all that. I could, I discovered autism, half autistic. I'm Asperger's syndrome and all this, and just a lot of things that me and my family have went through. It's been, for the past 10 years, has been very, like I said, and mentally strained. And then this year, obviously, with the pandemic going on and all that, I was out of work for 3 months during the springtime, the entire spring. The entire spring, I spent the entire spring out of work. Well, actually, no, not the entire spring, because summer didn't start till June of the 21st, I believe. So, and I came back the week before that. So technically, mostly in the entire spring, I've been out of work and all that. Now we're into winter, and we're scaling back a little bit on the closings and everything else. It's really really difficult. It has been really difficult to do anything. Thanksgiving's been really difficult to do. Had an emotional reunion with my nephew and my former brother-in-law. I don't like to say ex-brother-in-law because that sounds so harsh, but my former brother-in-law. As you know, my brother-in-law and my sister got divorced earlier this year. In fact, my sister was, I don't know what has gotten into her, but the fact of the matter is that she handed my brother-in-law, my former brother-in-law, his divorce papers on his birthday. It was really harsh. It's like, happy birthday, we're getting divorced. I mean, and you know how, your birthday's supposed to be a happy time, a smile time. You're getting a year older, but now, something like this comes up, and it kind of sucks. And now your birthday kind of sucks. It's not right. To me, it's not right to, be mean on someone's birthday. I mean, that's really, really rotten. Um, so my heart goes out to my former brother-in-law, man, and my nephew that he wanted to see us. Thanksgiving is when first time we seen them in for a while, which is really, really cool. So there has been some good things that came out of 2020. Um, and I've been doing a lot of rearranging of the room. Last week it was the rearranging of this. You know, now it's become this, and then I had to rearrange my closet because I was trying to find the MP3 players, which I found luckily in a place that I didn't look, and it was one of the mini boxes. So I'm going to try to get those MP3 players, and yeah, they're in there, right? So they're in there now, which is good. With the new computer, I can start downloading stuff and buying batteries and whatnot. So it's like I said, it's been a real. We had a few changes over at the at work and everything else, and punch-ins are going to be a little different than usual, and it's going to be like the old Ruby Tuesday when you use the card to swipe your card in, which is pretty cool. Um, it had, like I said, the pandemic has really done in a lot of things. We didn't have a Whalen City Festival or Portuguese Feast this year. First time ever, both those events were canceled. You know, and it was really sad too because I've enjoyed those events. Um, and you know, we had to cancel church services as well. We get to scale back on that. It's really really sad. And it's been a very difficult year, to say the least. It has been a very difficult 10 years as well. And working at the mall, I see a lot. Listen, I've worked at that mall for 25 years. I've seen a lot of stores come and I see a lot of stores go. And that's been part of life. Businesses have been, you know, retail business has been hurting because of online shopping and everything else. So it's like, well, the problem is that the retail business don't have the items that we wanted, and we had to go online to get them, and that's how, that's why, basically, in a nutshell, they don't have the items we want. We go online and get them. You know. Um, yeah, so I noticed I witnessed Ruby Tuesday closing down in 2016. Also, Sears closed last year, oh, which is really, really surreal to say the least. My father retired. In fact, next week, yeah, right around next week, it will be 5 years since my father retired from Sears, man, Auto Center. He was there since 1976, almost 40 years in that company. 40 years, believe it or not. My dad had a passion for cars back in the day. In a way, he still does. And, you know, and but he loved cars. He liked driving in them. He has great knowledge of them, and it's just it's just really really helpful. Just really awesome, just for that. And the thing here is that like I said, you know, I don't know what to tell you. It like I said, a lot of changes have happened, and you know the internet basically changed my life forever. The way I do things on YouTube, the way I play video games, the way I communicate with people now, and it's been a way I buy things, the way I do shopping. I do more shop. I try. The only time I do shopping out there is physically. Is just going to get food and all that. I may have to do that because with Wednesday and a Thursday coming in, it could be a long time since It's really surreal to see what happens, man. It's just really surreal to see who's what to believe in the weather and everything else, and just I I just pray I pray for God's safety over me. That's the main thing. Listen, I'm sorry. It's like I said, it has been a weird year. It's been a weird decade. It has been a weird everything else in life, and just people say, why you talk about your past? Why you talk about this? Why you talk about you were aggravated about this? Man, man, man. You know what the old say is, those who refuse to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. That's why the history of my life, I learned from the stuff in my life, in my past. It's my history. If I don't learn from it, then I'm going to end up repeating it, and that's the thing. Know what I mean? And it's just and everything else happens um, between from moving in '95 from the West End to here in the North End to Bedford, to adjusting to a new job, to adjusting to finding out that about your ex crush dating a friend of yours, and everything else in between. I had to adjust to a lot of things I had trouble adjusting. It was a thing and until 1998 when I moved down here in the basement. I got my own. My parents gave me everything back, and they you know they let me live my life down here and making my own decisions and all that. And yeah, I've been happy ever since, and that helped me relax a little bit more. And prior to having a YouTube and having a computer or anything, I had a journal. I write down stuff in my journal, my personal thoughts and feelings about life and about what's going on. But now with YouTube, I get to verbalize a little bit more, and it's more therapeutic because I can help people out there. So I've been blessed. basically with with the good stuff that's been going on, and I hope it continues. And whatever happens here, and like I said, if I have to drive in the snow, I ask for God's protection and wisdom because I don't like panicking. I don't like people going crazy. There's too many crazy people out there trying to, it is surreal to say the least, and just you know it's something that oops, there we go. It's something that I have to deal with on a daily basis. Um, Everything that goes on, all the challenges, and I deal with things here on YouTube. When people say something that is very harsh and all that, and they troll me, they make fun of me and all. I don't respond to them anymore. I just basically go on their channel, block them, and have and come back and delete their comment. If they don't like the way I handle things, then that's too bad for them because they're gonna have to learn respect. And that's you don't know me, you don't understand me. You know what I mean? It's just the way things are. And listen, my life's not the best life in the world, but you know what? I try to make the most of it, and that's all that matters to me. I'm not even not living the best place in the house right now, but you know what? I try to make the most of it, and that's the thing. And I just be grateful and be thankful for what God, the blessings that God has given me with a family who cares about me and loves me. A lot of people don't understand that, don't understand any of my methods, but the fact of the matter is this: I go and do my thing because I'm me, and I feel, and I'm being blessed. I go and do my thing because I'm me, and I love the Lord, and there's no doubt, that God's been with me every step of the way. I mean, here's the funny part. I just found out from my brother-in-law, my former brother-in-law, that my sister wanted to file a complaint against my parents for sticking me in the basement. I'm like, uh, time out. I felt like saying time out. I'm the one that calls the shots, of my life, and my sister did offer me a place to stay, but with everything going on, he had to turn me away. That rhymes, but whatever. And I'm like, I'm the one supposed to call that, make that call, not her, I mean, I'm glad, I can understand why she wants me to be in a better place and all that, and I appreciate that. But the fact of the matter is this, why would I want to do that? Well, when I'm happy where I am right now. I'm just blessed to be even living in a house. And it doesn't matter whose house it is. And this is my parents' house. They bought it with their own money, and I'm living in it. I'm just thankful that I have a place to stay. And I much rather live in the basement than go out there and be homeless or something like that. You know what I mean? Even if listen, you're the one who offered. My sister was the one who offered me the place, but then turned me away for whatever reason, and it gets ridiculous. I'm like that guy, that confused meme. You know, and even if I wanted to, why would I want to file a complaint against my own parents? They done nothing wrong to me. They've done nothing wrong to me. They've helped me in every step of the way possible. I know they give me advice about what to do, what to say, not to say, and how to deal with things and all that. And I get it. They want to be safe and all. But listen, I got a lot of respect and love for my family, man. No, I, it was like I'm just shaking my head, going, crazy people. Crazy people, man. There are too many crazy people that don't know and understand what my life's all about. Whoopsie daisy, and, and whoop. I have a lot of fun. Just bottom line is this, guys. Despite what I've been through for the past 10 years, what comes to me, my family, and everything else. But despite all that, I'm very happy where I'm at right now. I praise God for what He's done for me and what He's going to continue to do. And I hope I can encourage you guys to never give up. I never gave up on my life, and never gave up on myself, and just I want to keep right on going. Yeah, I don't have the best job in the whole world. I'm picking up trash at a mall. I mean, and I had to shovel snow once in a while. You know, it and sweep up leaves and whatnot. Yeah. Listen, it's a job though, nonetheless. It ain't the best job. I'm not too crazy about it, but you know what? The reason why I have this job is to make money, to have money, and that's the main reason why. And just to keep myself going. And once the door opens up for another opportunity to find another job, then I will go try to go through that door. But right now, because of the pandemic and everything else is happening, everything has to be closed down. So it's like, so to speak. So it's it is not the way we want to handle things, but hey, it's been like I said, these past 10 years in my life have been really, really tough. But I really, but I try to handle it with the best way I know how. Yeah, there's some times where I didn't handle it the way that it should be handled, and I did not act the way I should act, and how, react the way I should react, so to speak. Like, I did not react the way that expected. I get easily angry and upset about a lot of things. I pop off a lot of people and all that. But at the same time, though, I have but now I've grown, as I'm 43 years old. You get to learn a lot more about your life, about who you are, and just, even though, listen, it doesn't matter how old you are, you're in the biggest school when it comes to life, called the School of Hard Knocks. You learn a lot in the School of Hard Knocks, and you keep learning. The thing is, technically you don't graduate, but you keep going. You keep going. You keep learning. The more the more the older you get, the more you learn, and that's the main. That's the main reason. Like I said, this 10-year reflection, reflect back on these 10 years up till now, and what we went through till now is something that we as people, I don't know. Listen. Yes, I get made fun of. I get trolled on here, but you know what? I know how to handle that situation now, and they're obviously getting the message now, because the fact of the matter is they have not made new videos of me or responded back to me or anything like that. They probably say, "Okay, we get it. You don't like us. You don't want to hear anything else. That's fine. We will leave you alone." That's all I want. It's like, let me live my life. Let me do my thing. Here on YouTube, and let me entertain my friends. Let me entertain my family. Let me be, let me be who I want to be. All right, listen. I don't care if you like my videos or not. It doesn't matter. You know. So we'll see what happens. Okay, and we'll see what happens down the road. I hope it's not as severe as a lot of people are saying it is. Everybody's hoping for snow and all that. Oh, we're excited about snow. Yeah, no, us adults not have to drive in the crap and just to work. But it will be something to be very interesting to see what happens, how we're going to handle the first major snowfall in this pandemic here in South Coast Massachusetts. So they say 8 to 12 inches of snow. That means that 12 foot of snow. I'm not too crazy about that. It's games from 1 to 3 to 5 to 8, and then 3 to 5, 5 to 8, and this. But then a lot of early calls, but we're not going to worry about this on Wednesday. Usually it's Wednesday afternoon into Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, so it's going to be a 24-hour storm. So it's going to be a lot of snow. Who knows for sure? And I'm praying that I get to work safely and get home safely, and you know, and hopefully it rains the next day to wipe it all out or something like that. So we will see. But if it stays around, we probably get a little bit of a white Christmas. I don't know. Christmas falls on a Friday this year. We get paid on Christmas Eve, which is really, really cool. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be, this holiday season has obviously not been the same, and I don't know. And that's something we need to, we're just going to have to, learn, how to be not so paranoid. I think that's the problem, is that I think the media has made this whole thing to be and turned us into the most paranoid, crazy country, to the point where, oh, let's blame Donald Trump for all this. I blame all politicians from both parties because of the situation we're in right now, because they obviously want, are selfish. Basically, they want to protect their. You know what it is, that they want to protect, not just, protecting the people is fine, but I don't think they're out for the people. They're out for this. Because they know if they lose people, they lose this. That's what. I think the whole thing is because of this. And yeah, and then you realize, how come we're not making any money? You shut everyone down. You shut everything down. You shut all operations down, man. The reason why the money's not coming in for the state, because you shut everything down. It's like, that's why I think that's why politicians are so, to me, they're some of the dumbest people on the face of this planet, because they don't think that logically. That's my opinion. That's my opinion and my opinion only. And that's all there is to it. People have a problem with that. It's too bad, Like I said, we got a lot of dumb politicians out there. And if anybody does not like what I have to say, hey, too bad. I'm really ticked off at this point about what's been going on. So, but I love my family. I love my friends. I love my relatives, and I love the Lord. You know, they're totally awesome people that have helped me and supported me throughout this year and throughout this YouTube. And next year will be my 10th anniversary here on YouTube. I'm really excited about it, and going into the third season, I'm really stoked. And I don't have to worry about opening up a new channel. I can change the. I'm allowed where YouTube's allowing me to change the title of this channel, which is totally cool. Can't wait. New thumbnails, new everything. Couple of new games coming out for the Switch. Actually, some new old games. Capcom Arcade Stadium for the Nintendo Switch, and Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. And I saw the preview of that, and so I'm like, yeah, they can do that. Bring back Darkstalkers. Darkstalkers for Nintendo for the very first time. That's what I like to see. Okay, it's almost 11 o'clock in the morning here, Saturday morning, the 12th of December, 2020. I pray that God keeps you guys safe and sound, and be smart out there. If you have to go out anywhere, please wear your masks. Be protected. I know you're not. A lot of folks out there are not crazy about masks, but wear them out of respect for others. Try to keep yourself 6 foot safe, and just if you were tested and you were tested positive, stay home, quarantine yourself. Don't worry about a thing, and hopefully you get better. All right. I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless, and I'll see you in the next episode of The Bridge Up. Peace.